Hi, my name is Suzanne Schmaling. I'm Director of Education for Associated Skincare Professionals. Today I'm going to show you how to integrate Asian techniques with your services. The tools that we'll be using are the Jade Skin Scraper and the Jade Roller. Both of these are used in different treatments throughout Asia. Let's get started. So to start our facial, what I have done is I have prepped the client's skin with a first and second cleanse, applied a toner, and now I'm applying a coconut oil, which is the traditional medium used with the Jade Skin Scraper. What you'll want is a thin layer of any oil. If you have a client that has sensitive skin, rosehip and jojoba oil are very good for that. I just prefer coconut for my client's skin type. There are two tools that I'm using. One is the square Jade Scraper. It has a concave edge to it that I'm going to use along the jawline. Every step that I take within this cycle will actually be 10 strokes. So I'm starting here and I'm doing 10 strokes out. The whole focus is to move the lymph fluid and start to get some good drainage as well as increase microcirculation. You will see the client get very red. So basically what I'm doing with a medium type pressure is just stroking. You can see that she's starting to get a tremendous amount of redness. This is exactly what we want, but we don't want her to be in pain. So we're going to do 10 strokes each. Think about dividing up sections of the face. The next area as we're going up. You can also take the edge of your scraper if you need to and go a little bit more narrow. I prefer the full face movement. I just get some good lymphatic drainage. Then I'm going to move to the other side. If you feel the need to hold the skin, that's a good idea as well. Some clients need that, others do not. So again, you can see how that microcirculation is increasing. Long flowing strokes, and then come under the eye and out. When you come to the forehead, what you're going to do is start in the middle of the brow. You can use this end of the Jade Scraper up. I prefer to use the flatter end right through the third eye. This is a great shiatsu point. You can see how we've got a lot of redness coming through here, which is great. Then I'm going to move up. I break that in two because I want an increase in microcirculation very prominent through the center of the eyes. Then I'll divide the forehead into 3 and keep stroking up. Now for the eyes and hard to reach areas, I use a smaller tool. This is basically a jade spoon, and I'm going to come around the bottom of the eye, just staying on the orbital bone. Be very gentle through here. But the idea is to really move that lymph fluid out. Then I'm coming above and lifting and pulling. There's 2 edges to this. There's a smaller one if you choose. You can flip it either way, whatever feels comfortable. And repeat on the other side. Now 10 is the lucky number to do each section, but if you're working on your client and you see that the redness is really increasing, so let's see through here, she's very sensitive. I'm not going to do 10 strokes through here, so use your best judgment on that. And then coming down the nose, this is counterintuitive, but you're going to go against or below the eyes and out. You do not use an upward movement here. Then when it comes to the lips and the chin area, this is where we're going to do some short strokes. Underneath, the same thing going up. And be sure to check in with your client as you're working on them to find out whether or not this feels uncomfortable. So there you go, that's the Jade scraper on the face. I will show you a neck technique. It generally is not used through the frontal part of the neck. It can be a little bit aggressive. But if you really do want to tighten up this area of the face, come in with your grooved edge and move underneath the jaw, out behind the ear, and down the sides. So you can do 1, 2, 3, up to 10, and then come down and do 10. Same thing on the other side. Again, we're just facilitating lymphatic drainage and microcirculation here. At this point, the level of redness will dictate how you proceed. With my client, what I would do here is actually apply a gentle enzyme exfoliant without steam, just to kind of buff off any residual dead skin cells that may be there. So the next phase of this facial is to use a jade roller. I have two types here. One is a heavier jade. This is a higher quality. I use this more often. The other one has a smaller end that you can use around the eyes. I'll be using both. So just to cool the skin, your jade should be soaked in cool water, or it should be put in a small refrigerator or on some ice. We want to have the coolness of the jade start to reduce some of the redness. So what I'm doing again is just rolling up. Think about moving more lymph fluid. So we're always using an outward pattern. I'm going up on the forehead, then I'm going to go across. Come down to the other side and just roll out. My pressure is light. I let the tool do the work for me. I don't need to press too hard at all. All of the redness that you see right now on this client will actually dissipate within about 30 minutes. For the smaller jade tool, you can use this smaller end to come underneath the eye. Around the mouth. I'll even go over the lips. And repeat on the other side. When you do 1 to 2 passes, that'll be complete, and then you can finish off with the ear. Many people go into a second phase shiatsu or pressure point facial, or start to increase microcirculation again and do a second cycle. So there you go. One tip, when you do use your jade tools, you need to make sure they're disinfected in between clients. For the jade roller, what you're going to do is just pull the jade tip away from the base. Make sure you wash with soap and water and then soak in your high level. It's that simple. Well, that's our treatment. I hope that you learned quite a lot. If you do have any more questions, feel free to contact me. Also check out our latest Skin Deep, and for more tips and techniques, check us out on social media as well.